My name is Tommy Springfield.
And I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that.
And this is Welcome to My City.
How you doing?
The city is Springfield. The state is Massachusetts. I like to think I'm the
King of Talk.
King of Talk.
That's a pretty big expectation, like for me,
It is.
right? It's like, you're the King of Talk? Bless you. It's like, you're the King of Talk? You better be a good talker.
You better bring it, man.
Yeah, bring it.
You better bring it.
Yeah, move over, Joe Rogan.
I also like to think I'm the king of my city and also the king of my state. If you like how I do things here, please hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notifications every time I drop one of these videos. This show is made to highlight the positives and what's real and expose the fakes and the frauds. We got people in the city that act like they doing their jobs, like our mayor, Dominic Sarno. We got fake state representatives like Adam Gomez. And we also got fake bishops named Talbert Swan. They all spend a lot of time on social media. They love inboxing people and talking tough. Today's video is aimed at misinformation. How these fake bishops like Talbert Swan prey on the black community, give you misinformation, give you fearful information that's wrong to get you to run to the church, to get you to believe they got all the answers. And then when they wrong, they don't come back and say, oh, I fucked up, I'm wrong. But over on Mr. Talbert Swan's page, he's over here telling people, this is Swan's page, Talbert Swan, that, oh, Trump put a freeze. And he said, the disabled, children, cities, towns, hospitals, the chronically ill, cancer patients, the unhoused, and all affected by this foolery, right? That's misinformation. If you would have took the time to read and look, Mr. Motherfucking clown ass Talbert Bishop, fake ass clown, whatever you are, it doesn't affect individuals. Take the time before you falsely go out here and accuse this man of shit to your congregation. And then when you wrong, clown, come back and say you wrong. Now let's listen to why you wrong. See, this is not the Biden White House. When we have a press meeting, we get the facts and answers. Let's get to it.
Absolutely. And as I said in my opening statement, Matt, it is a priority of this White House to honor the First Amendment. And it is a fact that Americans are consuming their news media from various different platforms, especially young people. And as the youngest press secretary in history, thanks to President Trump, I take great pride in opening up this room to new media voices to share the president's message with as many Americans as possible. In doing so, number one, we will ensure that outlets like yours, Axios and Breitbart, which are widely respected and viewed outlets, have an actual seat in this room every day. We also, again, encourage anybody in this country, whether you are a TikTok content creator, a blogger, a podcaster, if you are producing legitimate news content, no matter the medium, you will be allowed to apply for press credentials to this White House. And as I said earlier, our new media website is whitehouse.gov/new media. And so we encourage people to apply. Again, as long as you are creating news-related content of the day and you're a legitimate independent journalist, you're welcome to cover this White House.
And secondly, Caroline,
So that's one thing you see, Mr. Talbert Swan, because fuck that bishop shit. You a regular ass nigga, old burnt out ass nigga. You consider yourself media. You too can apply to go sit in the press secretary and get your facts right, because they be all wrong.
You laid out several of the actions that President Trump has taken. Obviously, it's a stark contrast to the previous administration, breakneck speed from President Trump. Can we expect that pace to continue as the first 100 days moves along here and beyond that?
Absolutely. There's no doubt President Trump has always been the hardest working man in politics. I think that's been proven over the past week. This president has again signed more than 300 executive orders. He's taken historic action. I gaggled aboard Air Force One to mark the first 100 days of this administration, 4 p.m. last Friday, or first 100 hours rather. And this president did more in the first 100 hours than the previous president did in the first 100 days. So,
did you hear what she said? He did more in 100 hours than the previous president did in 100 days. That part.
President Trump, I think you can all expect for him to continue to work at this breakneck speed, so I hope you're all ready to work very hard. I know that we are. Zeke Miller.
Thanks, Caroline. A question that we've asked your predecessors of both parties in this job. When you're up here in this briefing room speaking to the American public, do you view yourself and your role as speaking on, advocating on behalf of the president, or providing the unvarnished truth that is, not to lie, not to obfuscate to the American people?
I commit to telling the truth from this podium every single day. I commit to speaking on behalf of the President of the United States. That is my job. And I will say it's very easy to speak truth from this podium when you have a president who is implementing policies that are wildly popular with the American people, and that's exactly what this administration is doing. It's correcting the lies and the wrongs of the past 4 years, many of the lies that have been told to your faces in this very briefing room. I will...
Bang, 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 bang. Shots fired at the Biden administration. Remember, he had the black girl, and she used to come on there and just tell lies and lies and lies. She lied about, oh, he's not going to pardon his son. He's not going to pardon his son. He's not going to pardon his son. Well, he pardoned his son. You know what I'm saying? Lies, folks, lies. This White House will not lie to you. They gonna do what they do, and they gonna goddamn stand on it. That's the type of White House you want, folks. Like, I don't get what people have an issue with.
Will not do that. But since you brought up truth, Zeke, I would like to point out, while I vowed to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong or there is misinformation about this White House. So,
bang, 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 bang. More shots at the big media that be pushing those Trump lies, telling you bullshit, and all you black folks like Bishop, fake-ass Bishop. What, you a pimp? Because Bishop Don Juan, he a pimp, ain't he? Be pushing these lies without checking their facts just because the master on TV told them that. That's the idiot box. If you repeat anything you seen on TV, you repeating the idiot box. Talbert Swan, go get you a press pass so you can get your information from the White House like I do.
yes, I will hold myself to the truth, and I expect...
And she took shots at the media. Like she said, we know some of y'all have lied. And if you notice, they got internet media in there. They said TikTokers is welcome. You know why? Because they all about getting the truth out. You know, Carmela Harris wanted to block all the social media because they don't want the truth out. Pay attention, folks.
Everyone in this room to do the same.
And Caroline, just on a substantive question, yesterday the White House Office of Management and Budget directed across the board freeze, with some exceptions for individual assistance, we understand, to federal grants. It's caused a lot of confusion around the country among Head Start providers, among providers services to homeless veterans, Medicaid providers, states saying they're having trouble accessing the portal. Could you help us clear up some of the confusion, give some certainty to folks, and also, is that uncertainty, how does that uncertainty service the president's voters?
Well, I think there's only uncertainty in this room amongst the media. There's no uncertainty in this building. So let me provide the certainty and the clarity that all of you need.
She said the only uncertainty is the idiots out here, like Bishop Talbert Swan, who just believes the media. And, you know, I say his name a lot because he takes shots at me, so I take him back. As you can see, I'm right there talking shit. But, as you can see, he says school, districts, colleges, universities, community programs, veterans, the elderly, the disabled, children, cities, towns, hospitals, the chronically ill, cancer patients, the unhoused, all affected by this foolery. He said, perhaps all of those of us who pay taxes should withhold paying federal taxes over the next 4 years, and this administration can't manipulate our money. Well, first of all, you stupid as fuck, because if you know better, he's trying to get rid of fucking taxes, you dumb fuck. And like you said, this is misinformation. You said children, you said elderly, you said cancer patients. You wrong, bro, because you believe whatever you're told. That's your job. Preachers are whores. They're for sale. Do you ever notice you be in church and you get used to the preacher and you love the preacher and you be like, he be giving, and then he be gone because he goes to the next church that offer him more money. They're whores. Their messages are brought and paid for, and he's wrong. So let's get into why he's wrong. Let's hear from the White House. Let's stop listening to dudes like him. If y'all need, these pastors be fake. All these churches in Springfield, they're fake. They're just hustlers. They work for master. You want to follow somebody? Follow me. I'm going to teach you the right shit. Now let's listen to why Talbert Swan is wrong.
This is not a blanket pause on federal assistance and grant programs from the Trump administration. Individual assistance, that includes, I'm not naming everything that's included, but just to give you a few examples, Social Security benefits, Medicare benefits, food stamps, welfare benefits, assistance that is going directly to individuals will not be impacted by this pause. And I want to make that very clear to any Americans who are watching at home who may be a little bit confused about some of the media reporting. This administration, if you are receiving individual assistance from the federal government, you will still continue to receive that. However, it is the responsibility of this president and this administration to be good.
Now you heard her. You will still receive those benefits. Let's see what guys like this is saying. School districts, colleges, universities, community programs, veterans like the elderly, the disabled children, cities, towns, hospitals, the chronically ill, cancer patients, the unhoused, all affected by this foolery. Right? That's what he said. Let's see what the White House say.
Will not be impacted. I'm not naming everything that's included, but just to give you a few examples, Social Security benefits, Medicare benefits.
Ain't that the elderly and Medicaid? Didn't Talbert Swan tell y'all? I told y'all these dudes are big goofy ass clowns. Stop following these dudes. They be lying.
Food stamps, welfare benefits, assistance that is going directly to individuals will not be impacted by this pause. And I want to make that very clear to any Americans who are watching at home who may be a little bit confused about some of the media reporting. This administration, if you are receiving...
Yeah, don't be confused by the media. Don't be confused like fake reverends and bishops like Talbert Swan. They give you misinformation to feed on you. The goal is to get you to come to the church and give some offering and keep the ladies around the church so he can have a concubine, so he can have his pick of the litter. That's all preachers is about. My daddy's a preacher. He's full of shit. I'm telling y'all, that's what they do. It's a hustle. They live a tax-free life. It's a hustle, brother. Don't be hustled by the old. Why you think most pastors are old crackheads, old dudes that did bids? It's a hustle. It's the newest hustle. It's the newest, oldest hustle.
Receiving individual assistance from the federal government, you will still continue to receive that. However, it is the responsibility of this president assistance that is going directly from the Trump administration. Individual assistance, that includes, I'm not naming everything that's included, but just to give you a few examples.
Let's see why she's giving you the examples. Let's listen to what he say.
Social Security benefits, Medicare benefits, food stamps, welfare benefits, assistance that is going directly to individuals will not be impacted by this pause. And I want to make that very clear to any Americans who are watching at home who may be a little bit confused about some of the media reporting. This administration, if you are receiving individual assistance from the federal government, you will still continue to receive that. However, it is the responsibility of this president and this administration to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars. That is something that President Trump campaigned on. That's why he has launched DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, who is working alongside OMB. And that's why OMB sent out this memo last night, because the president signed an executive order directing OMB to do just this. And the reason for this is to ensure that every penny that is going out the door is not conflicting with the executive orders and actions that this president has taken. So what does this pause mean? It means no more funding for illegal DEI programs. It means no more funding for the Green New scam that has cost American taxpayers tens of billions of dollars. It means no more funding for transgenderism.
No more transgender funding. No, go get your own surgery. You confused on which you are. God made you male or female. That's it. But if you confused, pay for that.
And wokeness across our federal bureaucracy and agencies. No more funding for Green New Deal social engineering policies. Again, people who are receiving individual assistance, you will continue to receive that. And President Trump is looking out for you by issuing this pause because he is being good steward of your taxpayer dollars.
Thanks, Caroline.
Sure.
How long is this pause going to last, and how is the Trump administration recommending that organizations that rely on federal funding make payroll, pay their rent in the meantime?
It is a temporary pause, and the Office of Management and Budget is reviewing the federal funding that has been going out the door. Again, not for individual assistance, but for all of these other programs that I mentioned. I also spoke with the incoming director of OMB this morning, and he told me to tell all of you that the line to his office is open for other federal government agencies across the board, and if they feel that programs are necessary and in line with the president's agenda, then the Office of Management and Budget will review those policies. I think this is a very responsible measure. Again, the past 4 years, we've seen the Biden administration spend money like drunken sailors. It's a big reason we've had an inflation crisis in this country, and it's incumbent upon this administration to make sure, again, that every penny is being accounted for honestly.
Why impose this pause with so little notice? Why not give organizations more time to plan for the fact that they are about to lose, in some cases, really crucial federal funding, at least for a period of time?
There was notice. It was the executive order that the president signed. There's also a freeze on hiring, as you know, a regulatory freeze, and there's also a freeze on foreign aid. And this is, again, incredibly important to ensure that this administration is taking into consideration how hard the American people are working. And their tax dollars actually matter to this administration. You know, just during this pause, DOGE and OMB have actually found that there was $37 million that was about to go out the door to the World Health Organization, which is an organization, as you all know, that President Trump, with the swipe of his pen in that executive order, is no longer wants the United States to be a part of. So that wouldn't be in line with the president's agenda. DOGE and OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is.
They was about to give $50 million to condoms down somewhere in Africa. But we got homeless here in America. We just got broke people here in America. But that's one thing I learned about America. We'll fund everything. We'll fund some starving kids in Africa. We'll put some one-legged kids on the TV. We'll fund that. We'll go blow up places, and then Americans will send money over there to rebuild. We fund for the cats, the dogs. We save the whales, but we won't save our own people. $50 million on condoms was on its way out the door from the Biden campaign. Now, you know that was a kickback. You know that $50 million was going to circle right back around to the Democrats. But that's a good spot to stop it. Trump is doing his job. He's saving money. He's helping us. Pay attention. He's helping America. I'm not going to say he's helping anybody individually. He's helping America. If you don't like it, just move on. Pack your shit. Get on the plane. Get up out of here. Why sit around and complain? It makes no sense. And like I always say, listen to your boy. these fake bishops and these fake leaders in Springfield, they be lying to you. If you like what I do over here, click that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click all, so you can get notifications every time I give you this truth. If you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect goes out to you. Salute. And if you one of them haters that's out here pushing that false information like Talbert Swan, cut the shit. That part.